Hi, this is Starmy again with another review. This is the review over One Piece chapter um 822, and of course I also want to talk about the previous chapters about the Zoark. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So this chapter was great. So this was the ending of the Zoark, you would say. The gang started to split up now. You have like um Luffy and his you have like the four groups split up in this. So Luffy goes off with his group to to get Sanji back at Whole Cake Island with Peckham's and all that, and then of course you have uh Kinemon's group, which are going to Wano Country, and that's also with uh the group that was with Luffy from Dressrosa, and then you have also Law's group, and then of course you have the Nick, you have the Fine Marco group, which is, and then of course you have the people on Zoe. I guess let's start with the fact that and by the way, I'm not great with names, so do forgive me if I do mispronounce names and stuff like that. So I guess the start of this was the very beginning of this was basically Chopper fixing up Janisha's leg, um, with that like just looking, I was like, wow, is a huge bandage. Like I'm impressed you managed to stop that. But yeah, so they managed to stop that the bleeding. And of course, the goat was just like talking about, wow, after all these years, like we've been living on this elephant for 1,000 years, and yet just now we're just suddenly realized like this magnificent creature is allowing us to live, and it may not be like that forever. Um, so yeah, so there he's basically asking like one of the questions he wants if he could ever ask is where are you going? Where are you walking to exactly? And I'm like, yeah, I'd like to know that myself. There's lots of big questions about this Indonesia, including like how like what was the crime it did to be punished to walk forever, um and like why is it that like oh yeah, Momo was also asking questions like saying like he's gonna stay behind on Zoe because he wants to ask questions like why is he the only one who can talk to Zoe, why and like why does he know anything about his clan, just to help like because he probably needs something, but yeah, so I was. But I love this chapter. This chapter was great because it was hilarious, especially the end bit. So basically, you have the four groups. Um, then you have uh, a lot of you have so basically you have Luffy, you have Pekka. Luffy goes off to get Peckins, and he finds that the house is destroyed, and he's like, "Oh no!" Like the UK, he's like, "I'm perfectly fine. I've got a turtle shell." So he ends up grabbing Peck and throw him over. So it's like, let's go. And I'm just like, Luffy, for God's sake, Luffy. And the poor guy's like, I'm still injured here. Like, worst saver ever. I'm like saying, I couldn't agree more with you. That's Luffy for you. So then at the end, Pedro decides to go with the Luffy's group to help get Sanji back because he felt guilty about the fact that he allowed like um Sanji to be taken while it was his watch. So he's going with them as well. So you have Brooke, Nami, Chopper, Pedro, um and of course Peckham's and Luffy, of course, going to Whole Cake Island, and of course the ending of this was just brilliant because you have the whole group there at the end, or at the basically where they came up the back of the elephant where they originally came on to though in the first place at the entrance, and you have everybody just stand there saying goodbye to them, saying good luck and don't worry, we'll be fine and everything. And Libby's like, okay, great, and then and you have like you have, and then Luffy just grabs like the guy, puts his arms around his like, and he just jumps off, and just like you can just see, I have it there, the image there, and you just see the faces of them. Just like, I'm like, oh my god, did he literally just jump off the elephant? That's like unbelievable. Holy god, that guy is fearless. I mean, no offense, but how does he not get this shit scared out of him jumping from such a height? I don't know. This is Luffy. And what I found really funny was like everybody was like, "Holy shit, he jumped!" like, and the only people who won Shark were the Luffy's crew, like Nami, like basically Zoro, Frankie and Robin and Usopp were just like, ah, yeah, that's Luffy for you. We're used to this. We're just like, bye, take care of yourselves, and everybody's like, oh my god, what the hell? I see Brooks like soul coming out of it and everything, and everybody's like, ah, no, why are we falling? So yeah, so that was great. I also wanted to make a mention that one that I have there on my screen, you could see Panda Man, which I didn't even realize it until on my Tumblr somebody pointed it out. I was like, oh my god, Panda Man, there he is in the background doing this. Peace, take care. Anyway, so yeah, overall this was a great chapter. The last few chapters. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, of course, Phoebe popped up as well, and of course I was like, oh my god, it's Phoebe. She's back in the story. What's going to go on here? What's going on? Like, and I was like, okay, so she's here. This means that she's probably going to the New World. So yeah, that's also a big thing. I was like kind of shocked by that. Then of course, like about the rest of the arc, this I have to say, now that we're finally coming to the end, and hopefully the next chapter will be basically just about them finding, trying to get Sanji back from Whole Cake Island, from stopping the wedding and stuff like that. Um, that's what I'm hoping. That's what the next arc is. I hope it's not going to be one of these things where it's going to be going off simultaneously, at the same time, to different groups. Like you're going to keep switching from each group. I don't want to see that. I just want them to focus on the one thing, because that would just be annoying, especially it's for those who also watch the anime. That's gonna just be a headache. Because like it's just, yeah. So also, yeah, the overall arc of this, the Zoe arc was pretty good. Actually, the reason why I liked it so much was because it was really short. Surprisingly, you'd think it was a very long one, but it really wasn't compared to Dressrosa, which is super long. But the reason, probably because we were basically, reasons why I thought, like, oh yeah, you're right, this was a pretty short arc. It's probably because all this, so much happened in this. We learned so much. Like first, the first thing was the giant elephant. Oh my god, where's the giant elephant? What's over 1,000 years out of age? Oh, the Mings. Oh, they're actually friendly. They're not cannibals. We thought they were cannibals. Sanji's been taken to Whole Cake Island because he's supposed to be getting married, and we found out his real name is, he's a Vinsmoke, one of these assassination groups. And then of course the whole thing about the, of course, yeah, Kinemon and Momo basically find out that them and the Minks are actually friends, and it's like the whole part, oh my god, we can't let them see one another, and they've been just hiding from everybody. And then, of course, you have the red polygams, the red polygram, basically the road polygram, I should say, that basically leads them to, Raftel, which of course they're like, oh wow, okay, so basically right now we're at the part where we're like, I can see the ending of One Piece in the horizon. Oh my god, that's like freaking. And of course, like hints here and there with Kaido and stuff. So yeah, and of course Jack. Of course, I can't forget about the amazing, terrible Jack, who I also enjoyed. And also somebody also put it up post on, Tumblr of basically Jack in his mammoth form destroying like Zoe with his trunk and just smashing stuff, and then of course underneath there's a shot of his entire group being destroyed by Zanisha, just wiping them on, and the person's like, "This, my friends, is called karma," and I'm like, "Yes, that is karma." It's just, he destroyed them. He was a giant mammoth on the island, and he just got destroyed by a giant ancient elephant. It's like, you're not that tough. So yeah, so all that, and we just recently just left. So yes, I really enjoyed this arc. Yeah, at the beginning it was a bit kind of like, oh, what happened to Sanji? What Sanji? What? But yes, the overall arc was pretty amazing. So yeah, if you want me to do more of this, please leave a like and comment. Talk. I'd love to do more discussions like this. And thanks. Bye.